Welcome to Calinado. Today, we're counting down our picks for the top 10 best period romance movies. If you enjoy this compilation of movies, don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay tuned until the end of the video and share your favorite film with us in the comments. Number 10. Sereno, 2021. Director, Joe Wright.
I have a confession to make. I am madly in love,
Perhaps he feels the same.
but I've never actually spoken to him.
Award-winning director Joe Wright envelops moviegoers in a symphony of emotions with music, romance, and beauty in Sereno, reimagining the timeless tale of a heartbreaking love triangle. A man ahead of his time, Cyrano de Bergerac, played by Peter Dinklage, dazzles whether with ferocious wordplay at a verbal joust or with brilliant swordplay in a duel. But convinced that his appearance renders him unworthy of the love of a devoted friend, the luminous Roxanne, Haley Bennett. Sereno has yet to declare his feelings for her. And Roxanne has fallen in love at first sight with Christian, Kelvin Harrison Jr. Number 9. Tulip Fever, 2017. Director, Justin Chadwick.
The tulip market. Sophia was a beautiful orphan, chosen by one of the richest men in the city.
In early 17th century Amsterdam, the buying and selling of tulips is flourishing, and the wealthy merchant Cornelis Sandvoort, Christoph Waltz, is also active in this market. But unlike many of his colleagues, his true passion is not the precious flower, but his wife Sophia, Alicia Vikander. After he hires the young and extremely talented painter, John van Loos, Dane de Haan, to paint a portrait of Sophia, a dangerous affair begins between the artist and the merchant's wife. The two lovers pin their hopes on the most expensive tulip bulb, with which they hope to earn enough money for a voyage to the New World. Number 8. A Little Chaos, 2014. Director, Alan Rickman.
Why me?
I watched her in my garden. I was curious.
An artist as gifted as she was determined, Sabine de Barra designed marvelous gardens. In 1682, her talent earned her an invitation to the court of Louis XIV, where the king's famous landscaper, André Le Nôtre, fascinated by the young woman's originality and audacity, chose her to design the Rocaille Grove. It would become a centerpiece of the gardens, the open-air ballroom of the new palace the Sun King wished to create at Versailles to dazzle Europe. While giving her all and leading the incredible project to completion on time, Sabine quickly realized that at court, talent was not enough. It was also necessary to master etiquette and know how to navigate the murky waters of intrigue. Number 7. Love and Friendship, 2016. Director, Whit Stillman.
On being about to receive the most accomplished flirt in all England.
Excuse me for arriving this way. What a delightful family pose.
England, 1790. Lady Susan Vernon, Kate Beckinsale, is a widow without fortune, whose daughter Frederica, Morfydd Clark, is a marriageable 16-year-old studying at a girls' school. Lady Susan, who lives off the hospitality of her acquaintances, is somewhat forced to stay at the country house of her brother-in-law, Charles Vernon, Justin Edwards. His wife, however, has quite a few reservations about the young widow's dubious behavior, motivated by rumors about her flirtations and extravaganzas among the social elite. This romantic period drama, based on a novella by British author Jane Austen. Number 6. Colette, 2018. Director, Wash Westmoreland.
May I introduce to you my new wife, Colette?
The wild days are done, eh?
On the contrary, the wild days have just begun.
After marrying a successful Parisian writer, known commonly as Willie, Sidonie Gabrielle Colette is transplanted from her childhood home in rural France to the intellectual and artistic splendor of Paris. Soon after, Willie convinces Colette to ghostwrite for him. She pens a semi-autobiographical novel about a witty and brazen country girl named Claudine, sparking a bestseller and a cultural sensation. After its success, Colette and Willie become the talk of Paris, and their adventures inspire additional Claudine novels. Number 5. Belle, 2013. Director, Ama Asante.
She raises questions.
Would you do me the honor of taking some air with me?
Don't you care what people will say?
What should anyone say?
A mixed-race girl, born out of wedlock to an aristocrat, is raised by her father's family. The royal family will show little willingness to include the girl in the family because of her skin color. She is a child of color, which will prevent her from being accepted by her new family as a child. Little by little, she begins to grow, adapting to the circumstances and disagreements of the outside world. Everything changes when the young Creole woman falls in love with another royal man, which will cause several family conflicts, again due to her ethnicity. A true story of overcoming obstacles in which only love can overcome barriers and eliminate taboos. Number 4. Persuasion, 2022. Director, Carrie Cracknell.
There were no two souls more in rhythm than Wentworth and I. And I was persuaded by my family to give him up.
In Persuasion, adapted from Jane Austen's novel Living with Her Snobbish Family on the Brink of Bankruptcy, Anne Elliot, Dakota Johnson, is a single woman who can't adapt to the times. When she reconnects with an old flame, when Frederick Wentworth returns to her life, Anne must choose between leaving the past behind or listening to her heart and trying to give love a second chance. Faced with new circumstances, 7 years after being persuaded by family and friends to end her engagement to him, will the couple risk renewing their commitment? Number 3. Jane Eyre, 2011. Director, Kari Joji Fukunaga.
Your gaze is very direct, Miss Eyre. Do you think me handsome?
No, sir.
You're afraid of me.
I'm not afraid.
The story of Jane Eyre takes place in the 19th century. Jane Eyre, Mia Wasikowska, suddenly flees Thornfield Hall, a large and isolated estate where she works as a governess to Adele Varens, a girl in the care of the brooding Edward Rochester, Michael Fassbender. Rochester's imposing residence and towering presence have tested her resilience. With nowhere else to go, she accepts the help offered by the priest St. John Rivers, Jamie Belle, and his family. As Jane Eyre recovers in her new home, she spends her time reminiscing about the tumultuous events that forced her to flee, wondering if the past ever happened. Number 2. Little Women, 2019. Director, Greta Gerwig.
It's short and spicy. And if the main character is a girl, make sure she's married by the end.
Ow, Joe!
Little Women tells the story of 4 sisters trying to survive in America after the Civil War. Meg, Jo, Beth, and Amy are 4 sisters with completely different personalities. The sisters struggle with various troubles as they leave childhood behind and transition to womanhood. 4 young girls, whose fathers joined the American Civil War, begin to struggle to survive with their mothers. Their greatest gain during this difficult process is being by each other's side. The sisters, who endure all kinds of difficulties together, understand that true happiness is love. Number 1. Les Miserables, 2012. Director, Tom Hooper.
Help me, please, I have a child so different from this hell I'm living.
After 19 years as a prisoner, Jean Valjean, Hugh Jackman, is freed by Javert, Russell Crowe, the officer in charge of the prison workforce. Valjean promptly breaks parole, but later uses money from stolen silver to reinvent himself as a mayor and factory owner. Javert vows to bring Valjean back to prison. 8 years later, Valjean becomes the guardian of a child named Cosette after her mother's, Anne Hathaway, death. But Javert's relentless pursuit means that peace will be a long time coming.